The Fat Controller has a shiny blue car that he takes everywhere he goes. He parks his car outside the station where all the engines could see. One day, James was at the station when he saw that the Fat Controller's car was gone. He must be busy somewhere else, he thought. Just then, the Fat Controller came out of his office. James was surprised. "What's the matter, James?" asked the Fat Controller. "If you're here, sir," began James, "then where's your car?" He looked at where his car should be, and realized it was gone. "Great heavens me," he said. "Where's my car?" He ran to the parking area, but it wasn't there. "Someone stole my car," he gasped. Before James could say anything, the guard blew the whistle. Who would take his car? Thought James. That night, the engines were discussing the Fat Controller's missing car. "Who would do such a thing?" asked Percy. "Someone with no respect," jumped Gordon. "Wouldn't be surprised if it was some teenagers who think they're better than everyone." "Whatever the case," said Edward, "if you know anything, call the police as soon as possible." The engines agreed. The next day, James was puffing down the line when he saw a blue car that looked very similar to the Fat Controller's car. He stopped to investigate. "That car looks a lot like the Fat Controller's," he said. "Lots of cars look very similar to each other," said his driver. "Now come along." He arrived at the next station when he overheard Toby and Stanley talking. "Did you hear what had happened earlier today?" asked Toby. "There was a robbery near Sudbury," he continued. "They said that the two robbers were last seen in a stolen blue car." James remembered the car he had saw. Could it be? He asked himself. He was puffing down the line when he saw the blue car race by. James started to go faster and faster. "Slow down, James," said his driver. "We're not in a race." "But that's the Fat Controller's car," he panted. "I know it is." Then his driver could hear sirens and looked back. A police car was in the distance trying to catch up. "Goodness me, it is!" He opened the regulator and the chase was on. The passengers soon realized what was going on and they cheered James on. The car was going very fast, but James was catching up. The car started to go faster and faster, almost too fast for James. He saw that a crossing was just ahead, and an idea flew into his funnel. He started to go faster and faster. He knew the car would have to go on the crossing. The car was just about to cross when James blocked the crossing. As the car turned around, "Hello, hello, hello. What do we have here?" "Well done, James," cried the passengers. Satisfied, James puffed away. The next day, the Fat Controller came to the sheds with his car back. The engines were surprised. "Sir, when did you get your car back?" asked Thomas. "Earlier today," he answered. "All thanks to James." The engines looked at James. He stopped the car just before the crossing. "I was just doing my job," said James, as he looked at the other engines with a smug on his face.